Hello everyone, Marchus here, mabuhay. I'm sorry, but my staff had a technical problem. I hope you can hear me. And it's about to go live in 8 minutes. So we're going to a very special event, unveil of the Jordan 35. I hope you can hear me, guys. Sound off, anyone? Are you there? Are you there? Hi, Jan. Hey, Joe. Can you hear me? Anyone can hear me? Comment. Please comment. I think I'm live and I'm on air. And so far, we have 8 minutes left. So I'm kind of excited. This is actually one of the benefits that we are having a live stream event since it's quarantine. So they're doing it live. And of course, we're invited. So thank you to our friends over at Jordan Brand and Nike for inviting us. Sorry, I had to go down because my staff had some car battery problems. So I have to help her out. So hi guys. Sorry. Sorry for the delay. And let's see. 7. The countdown is 7 minutes. Hi, Meds Q Life. See, there you go. And let me know if you have any questions, because I think there'll be a Q&A later that we can ask some questions to the people over at Jordan Brand. So pretty excited. So this is International Jordan Brand, guys. Not just the Philippines Jordan Brand, but this is a worldwide event. So that's why it's already almost 11 p.m. here in the Philippines. So that's why the event's really late, because it's the US time. And let me know if you have any questions about the Jordan 35, and let me know what you think about the sneaker. Do you like them? And I saw a comment here, it looks stiff. And the sticker looks stiff. It kind of looks like actually that was my first impression too. I'll get my sticker of the Jordan 34s, especially around the Eclipse plate. See that? So the Eclipse plate with this one, at first it was kind of stiff, but after using them, the plate will get softer. As you can see here, mine got softer by really a lot, and of course the outsole too. And what they made about the 34s is it has more spring back, and the zoom is unlocked. So if it gives you spring back, you will feel the bounce more around the forefoot area. But the heel zoom, I didn't feel it too either. So the Eclipse plate of the 35 looks smaller compared to the 34s. So let us see what's in store and what other details that they can unveil to us, because we've seen some release of the specifications of the 35s, and the upper looks kind of different from this one too. See that? I'm gonna open a tab. The upper seems different. This one has more of a net mesh, but the new 35s looks way more different, more structure, more layers. So I'm just checking out the time. It's 4 minutes. I have the link, guys. I will give, let's add the 4 minutes to the countdown. See that? There you go. So this is the 34s. Okay. Dream Shoes. Hi, James. Yeah, ganito. KT Splash 2. Soon. I'm just waiting for Anta to give me the go signal. Sorry guys, who's this? IK. The event is exclusive for the media. This is a media event. I'm just sharing it with you guys so you can join me. So be part of the media event. So this is an exclusive event. We have a password and own username for this event. For this event, sorry. So I'm just giving you a peek of what's gonna happen. So join in with me. It's more fun if I can watch this with you guys. So thank you for supporting. Yeah, 34 is one of the best Jordan basketball. Yes, me too. I agree. From after the 30, it kind of went downhill from there. Some were heavy, some the traction was missing depending on the colorway, like the 32s. It really depends on the colorway. And let's see. Still no. We'll see. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Okay, guys. We can also turn this on. 34s. Yeah, mic too. Let's turn it on. We hope. Yeah, 2 minutes left. So, what do you say about the LeBron 18s? From Eisen, the LeBron 18s looks very promising, guys. In my opinion, because of the Air Max and the full length zoom, Strawbell is on the same layer. It's not on top. So, I think this will be one of the lowest LeBrons since the LeBron 16, 15. This will be one of the lowest LeBron or closer to the ground LeBrons. So I think as the full length zoom and I saw the cushion, it's not too thick. Then after the cushion, it's the outsole already. So I think it will have a good court feel, a better court feel compared to the predecessors from the 15, 16, and 17. So I'm really excited to have the LeBron 18s. Curry 8. Spec so far, Curry 8, based on what I've read, there's still a lot of hover, and I'm not sure if there's micro G. I'm not too sure about the set to have micro G, but the Embiid, I already ordered the Embiid, and I'm excited to try that on because a lot of other reviewers mentioned that it has the same feeling of the same old micro G way back. So I really love the micro G from the Clutch Fit, the first sneaker of Steph, and that was an awesome micro G, and it came back to the 2s, and there's another one, but it was a totally different micro G, and it also came out in the other sneaker, the Anatomic Spawn. It was different. It was a different micro G. You got 19 seconds left. If you may ask, what is the better, random break boxes or direct buying of your preferred NBA cards? Go with Prism and Optic, and of course the higher end Select. They ask again. Wait la. Sorry guys, to change it. Got it. Wait. Hold on guys. It asks for the password again. Let's see. Let's log it in again. Hope it logs in. What happened to the countdown? Hold on guys, sorry. Don't know what's happening. It logged me out. I'll do it manually. Do it manually, guys. Hold on. It's happening. Sorry about this. They logged me out. Sorry about this, guys. Can't seem to log in. Sorry. I'm messaging the PR. There, let's try it. Hey. There. See? The live stream will begin shortly. So let's go full screen with this. Thanks for joining, guys, once again. Where are you? There you go. There. 1 minute. Creates. Yeah, hopefully it will squeak the crease. Alright. It's 1 minute. So, Prince, di ako nag-ML eh. Ang dami nang ginagawa, so I can't have the time. But I'm trying to play right now NBA 2K21 from time to time, but not really fully invested. But I want to practice more so I can play with my friends. So who's playing 2K21 from you guys? Hi Aaron. New releases on Adidas. So far, the new releases that I've heard was of course, Dawn issue 2. I think Pro Bounce is coming out. Of course, Lillard. The Dame 7 will come out soon with almost the same. I saw it almost the same light strike foam. I just wish the traction will improve with the Dame 7s. Right, it's about to start. Let's see. Turning on the media. Let's see. Let's double check. Can you hear it, guys? Can you hear the volume, guys? Guys, can you hear the video? Zion Z3 is good too. But I cannot hear
35 years ago, the Air Jordan 1 was born and debuted by the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. What started off on the court has now transcended beyond the game and ignited a culture. Simply put, before our GOAT picks up a basketball, people were just playing it. But now, ball is life. People are living in it, and we got to witness that greatness.
Forgot the different.
In the Last Dance, right?
Well,
I saw it. I know y'all did. Some got to see it for the first time. Others got to relive the greatness that is the 90s, and I was living in that moment. But regardless, we got to see his undying pursuit of excellence, which is reflective of the Jordan brand. Welcome, everyone, as the Jordan brand is set to unveil the Air Jordan 35, which in and itself is absolutely insane because that means 35 years of game-changing performance and inspiration is ready to hit the court. My name is Ariel Chambers, but y'all can call me Ari. Not that, y'all are here or anything. That's so sad. But y'all are here. We're here. I'm born and raised in North Carolina, so you already know that Jordan connection right there. And my mom is from Chicago, so let's just say as a kid in the 90s, we were living our best lives. But I can't do this by myself. We're a family. We're absolutely a family. And I want to bring on some members of the family. And starting with our president, our big guy, Craig Williams. Craig, what's up?
Ari, I'm doing great. And it's great to be here with you too.
Well, first, Craig, let's acknowledge everyone that's able to join Jordan Brand on their first ever global live stream. That's really dope that you, as all the media and the loyal fans of the brand, are able to join in with us in community. I mean, at a time like this, I hope you're staying safe, healthy, connected, uplifted. I know it can be really difficult, but the brand can't be where it is without you guys. And so I'm happy to share in everything that is Air Jordan today with the Jordan brand family. Craig, we can't do it without them, right?
No way. Listen, it's great to be here with all of you guys. Number one, I hope you're staying safe, keeping yourself healthy. But listen, the Jordan brand would be nothing without the community. You are the reason why we have a legacy to begin with. And so it's amazing to spend this time with you here today.
Before we get started, I want to give a little plug that all media, after our live stream, will be switching platforms to Zoom, where the audience can get a little bit more interactive Q&A thing going. So if you're on the desktop right now, please feel free to use our chat feature so you can get those questions in and we can answer them with a few Jordan brand guests.
Ari, hold up. We can't do it like this. We got at least one more person, one more legend to introduce, right?
We sure do, Craig. We have basically the MJ of designers right here, the senior footwear designer Tate Curvis, who's just been holding it down the past couple of years for the game shoes. Y'all know who he is. Y'all absolutely know who he is. Tate, get on in here. How you doing?
Hey, that was awfully nice of you. How are you guys doing? Super excited to be here with you today
That's a senior
launch and
designer.
show you the Air Jordan 35.
Before we even get to the shoe, though, I want to ask the question that everybody's dying to know. What's it like working for Jordan brand?
Listen, it's amazing. I mean, number one, we get to work with MJ every day. That's fantastic. But as you can imagine, I mean, just working with the best designers, the best developers literally on the planet, from footwear to apparel, that's amazing too. And then Monday through Friday, we got heat check all over the place. I mean, literally top to bottom, the fits are amazing, led by our incredible footwear team, right, Tate?
I really think it's a designer's dream. Working for the Jordan brand, we get to work on great product. We work with great athletes, including MJ. We truly are a family. We work hard together, we play hard together, and that's what makes it amazing.
I mean, I absolutely feel that. I think that it's so incredibly dope that it's just full of excellence. But speaking of family, I know I gathered with my family to watch The Last Dance. Did you have any virtual watch parties or anything like that to see the big man on screen?
For sure. We did virtual watch parties and all those things. But one of the most important things, the most fun part, was just to be a fan like everyone else. I mean, we watched it. It was must-see TV every Sunday evening with me and my family. And we had people like that all across the brand just to relive those special moments again. Right, Tate?
Yeah, actually, that was a time where there was really no sports on TV. And so we were really fortunate to have The Last Dance, be able to view it. I grew up watching MJ play. So to have our sons be able to watch MJ on the big screen, to experience his competitiveness, his desire to win, his creativity. I mean, it was just fun to relive those moments and really get re-inspired as a designer.
Now, Craig, it's been 35 years of the game shoe, and not a lot of people can sustain that momentum. What are some highlights of the past, and how did we get to be where we are today?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, since 1985, we've been doing this thing. And, between then and now, we've actually launched over 80 innovations with the game shoe, if you could believe that, from visible air technology in the AJ3 to awesome design cues with the AJ5 that you might just see a hint of with our new AJ35 coming out today. We had the carbon fiber plate that was introduced with the AJ11. And obviously last year with the AJ34, the Eclipse plate was introduced. So many innovations over that time. And each and every year, we always push ourselves to see what we can do to add to the legacy of this cultural icon.
I mean, every day we keep getting better and better and better. But we've gotten a little bit outside of basketball. But why is basketball so important to the brand still?
Basketball is basketball. I mean, that's literally where we started. It's in our DNA, and it'll never leave our DNA, quite frankly. Each and every year we take on MJ's mentality, and that is how we challenge ourselves to be better than last year. And each year we get a little bit better. This year, actually, we have the fastest, most responsive game shoe that we've ever invented, that we've ever launched. And we're excited to see it on this generation of athletes, from Jason Tatum to Kemba, from Zion to Luka, from Melo to Rui, from Kia to Guo. Each of these athletes are literally at the prime of their games, and we want to give them the absolute best game shoe to enhance their performance even more.
Athletes.
We've already seen them on a few Jordan Brand athletes.
Tatum.
That was just a taste. Today we've got some footage of our Jordan Brand family rocking it and testing out the shoe. Let's get a look on the Air Jordan 35.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kia Nurse from the WNBA's New York Liberty, and I am a proud member of the Jordan Brand family.
Hello， 大家好，我是怪伦。
Now, I'm so excited I'm here today because I get the opportunity to show and unbox the Air Jordan 35s with you.
Ooh. Look at these. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot.
就噔噔噔噔，这个真鞋果然比设计图的颜色呀、线条啊要好看很多，我觉得。
This is a bold colorway, and as somebody who loves to use her shoes to show her personality on the court, this is something that works for me.
For me, the first thing when I noticed when I put it on was, just how comfortable it was. And I've been playing in the 34s all year.
Tatum.
And I love them. And I was shocked really to see that they could, the 35s, they could create a shoe that's, in my eyes, better.
I like it. I like the design a lot. My logo in there. It's kind of like
super excited. Obviously how much hype and love the 34 got. I'm excited to get the same, bigger reaction from the 35s and, kind of show the different PEs I'm gonna wear this season. Because I know people are excited about that.
These are extremely light, and that's important to me in my game.
这款鞋的设计的理念有一句话叫破茧成蝶，就是可能寻求改变，寻求一个突破的过程。就是我们这个，你看，当大家看，可能这个款鞋跟以前最大的不同就是从这个薄荷绿的颜色有一点变成深绿色，甚至蓝色的这种颜色吧，可能有一个渐变的过程。可能这就是想让我去有一个更大的突破，可能寻求一些更好的改变吧。
To represent Jordan while I'm out there playing, is an honor, and just grateful for the opportunity and just being able to be one of the faces, one of the leaders of the next wave, especially of young guys.
Now, something else you might notice that you've seen before in the 34s would be the Eclipse plate. You're going to see it again here. This is the Eclipse plate 2.0. So this is huge for stability, for balance, and if I'm being honest with you, I think it's big for a little bit of bounce as well. And I've always found that this has been really, really big in my game and allowing me to move at a full speed, stop on a dime, and then be able to finish through contact and create a play.
And the new technology with the Eclipse plate, that was kind of like the first of its kind. And, just seeing how with this shoe and the shoes that come after this, see how we built upon that new technology and thought of ways to make it better. I think that's special.
So I have worn these. I love them. I think they are so great to play, and I think the colorway is awesome. And the technology continues to get better and continues to grow with the game as we continue to grow the game.
You know, it's very comfortable to wear. And then, you know, it's very protective. You know, I like to protect my ankle. So, yeah, so it's very good. I like it. I like these shoes.
The kind of cushion around it, you know, reminded me of the 5s. And, you know, especially the tongue on the 35 gave me the same idea of the Jordan 5s.
And puffiness on the
I think that's
ankle
cool
part.
that, you know, you can steal from prior shoes and implement it into, you know, 20 years later, you know, whatever the case may be in shoes that you're designing. So just to always, you know, kind of remember things in the past and bring it along the way. I think it's a unique way to implement things, to think about it. Obviously, you want to change and grow, but not forgetting, you know, in a way where you came from and, you know, things that came before you.
So super excited to unbox these. Get your hands on them when you can.
So Tate, you are directly with athletes to make sure that they like the product. What's it like working with them?
Yeah, we're really lucky to have the roster that we have right now between Tatum, Zion, Luka. What they're doing on the court today, you know, really pushes the limits of performance. To get their feedback, to show them sketches, show them samples, and get their feedback, put it back into the design of the shoe to really make it better. That's really what makes it the Air Jordan.
So Tate, I see over your shoulder now that we know what the shoe looks like. You have one, and I think I have one too in my presence.
Where's mine?
Let's walk through and enlighten the viewers, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Tate, the 34 has been getting great reviews, and it has a similar design element around the Eclipse plate. Can you talk about the similarities and the differences?
For sure. I think we really unlocked something really special with the Air Jordan 34 and the original Eclipse plate. But as you can see with the new Eclipse plate 2.0 on the 35, we did evolve it, and it's really the heart and soul of the design of the shoe.
So we've seen in the bubble and the wobble, the players are playing, and we want their safety to be first, right?
Yeah, the plate
so
is smaller
is a no-no.
compared to the
What about the shoe makes it hard for athletes to flip?
34s.
Like, what about it with the traction?
Well, that's true. No one wants to slip on the court. So what we did is we used a tried and true herringbone traction, which is going to give you the ultimate traction that you need on the court with zero slippage.
Almost the same.
It's placed in such a way that no matter which way you're cutting, you're going to be good
This
to
one's
go.
good traction.
I mean, the upper looks pretty fire. What technology is in it, and how does it help the basketball players?
Yeah, one of the things you'll see right above the Eclipse plate is what we're calling Jordan Flight Wire. Very similar to Nike Flywire, but this is a very lightweight, breathable lockdown system that locks down your foot and really enables you to have zero slippage and gives you the confidence you need on the court when you're playing.
Flight wire.
Ooh, we stand some confidence, and you know, that's something that's very unique to the Jordan Brand athletes, and I love to see it. You truly do, the excellence that's on that court. Okay, so we know that Jordan does things a little differently than other brands, but what kind of materials do we have in the Air Jordan 35?
Yeah, I think you're going to be pretty excited to pick up one of the new Air Jordan 35s, and the first thing you're going to notice is the elevated materials. We're bringing in suede, leathers, all kinds of really nice, really elevated materials that's going to make it the Air Jordan 35 and really special.
So you know I'm a sucker for some nostalgia, right? I love when things can allude to the past. I know there's some nods to the Air Jordan 5. Can you elaborate on those details?
For sure. You know, we're really trying to push performance first and foremost, but we do like to have a little bit of fun with the Air Jordan. We do like to wink back to the past a little bit. So you might see a little bit of things that harken back to the Air Jordan 5, like the tongue top design, and also the molding in the Achilles that really keeps your foot and ankle locked into the shoe.
The shoe actually looks amazing, and I don't say that lightly. It really, really does. Now that you've checked it out for everybody, because that's what you do, you're a designer, what are you most excited about in this shoe? What's your favorite element?
I'd probably say the Eclipse plate. You know, our team worked really hard getting this to work and function just the right way, and to be able to add a much larger zoom bag to the heel, which is going to give you the propulsion and bounce you need on the court, and also to be able to see the technology. I think it's a really beautiful part of the shoe, and I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Craig, you've been real quiet over there. I need to know what your favorite part of the shoe is.
You know, like Tate said, the Eclipse plate is my favorite part. I mean, it's the innovation that we're bringing to the game. to make today's players that much better on the basketball court. But I do have a secret favorite part. That's this little Jumpman logo right here. Because when I see that on the court, that means somebody's getting up and they're about to throw down something pretty mean. So I always get excited about that stuff, right?
Right. I'm pressed. I can't wait to wear them. But yeah, I love this. I got a sneak peek into the other styles, and y'all crushed it. Before our friends watching, make sure you check out the post-event media Q&A. So we'll be walking you through a little bit more in detail, and you'll get all of your questions answered. But in the meantime, if it starts with MJ, it's got to end with MJ, right? What were his thoughts on this finished model?
Yeah, you know, it always does start with a conversation with Michael from the very beginning to the very end, showing him prototypes, showing him sketches. He really sees what the athletes are doing out on the court. I mean, we have Zion, we have Luka, we have Tatum. They're doing all kinds of crazy things on the court. And MJ does really want us to take over the courts and put as much performance and the best we can do into the shoe. So throughout the process, we just get his feedback, push and push and push until the very end when we have a final sample in size 13 that we could put on his foot. And when he puts that on his foot and he smiles, that's the magical moment when you could truly call it the next Air Jordan.
What was that like to just finally finish it?
It's a relief. You know, honestly, we stay up late. It's a lot of stress, but we love it. We love pushing the performance as much as possible. We truly do want our athletes to be able to wear the shoe and perform the way they do on the court. And of course, we want MJ to be happy as well.
Well, thank you so much, Peyton Craig, for helping us unveil the Air Jordan 35. It's amazing to see it come to life. I mean, there's so much work that's put into it, and we see that tradition of excellence that started with Michael Jordan and ended up, you know, in his long legacy with the Jordan brand. 35 years, that's absolutely crazy. I mean, 35 years, that's some longevity. But as a reminder, the shoe will be dropping in the center of gravity colorway in China on September 27th and globally on October 17th. So check out the Sneakers app for more details on that. But we also have some really cool things for you guys. As mentioned earlier, all media that is watching should have a Zoom link that you can click on as soon as we wrap here. The Zoom link will lead you to some additional sessions with our Jordan brand guests, and you'll be able to ask questions. So please, 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 guys, after I wrap, click that Zoom link and get your questions answered. That's what we're here for. Lastly, the website that you're on right now will refresh in a minute, and if you're on a desktop, you'll be able to hold up your phone camera to a QR code to unlock the experience that is the Air Jordan 35 in AR, which is super freaking cool. But don't worry if you're on mobile, you'll be able to tap on a link with your finger to explore the AR, and you'll have access to additional shoe photography, athlete animations, and so much more. Shout out to Jordan Brand for 35 years of game-changing performance, innovation, inspiration, all that, and thank you all for joining.
That's the event. See the QR. Guys, try to tap the QR link if you want to see the 3D imagery of Jordan 35. Yeah, I agree. Same pattern, it's effective. So hopefully it performs the same way. And they're loading. I think, guys, try if you haven't heard that there's a QR code, try to tap it for 3D look of the Air Jordan 35 since we can't hold it yet. There's QR code. Let's try that. It's not picking up. So you can drag. Ooh, nice. Explore. Oh, the tongue really looks like the Jordan 5. So loading to the Jordan 5. See here. So this is what they're calling the jump flight. Flight wire, sorry. Flight wire. Then of course the eclipse plate. Let's look at the back. Let's see this. Material, it brings in the suede and different materials. that are representative of the iconic heritage Jordan brand is known on the basketball court. So you can see that it's peaking the Eclipse Plate 2. So the zoom bag in the forefoot is protruding like the 34s, but the zoom in the heel looks bigger compared to the 34s made up of dual P backs pieces. So it's a forefoot and heel zoom unit. So it really kind of looks bigger. Really kind of looks bigger. The heel zoom. Oh, that's nice. See this? Molded foam pods. Homage to the 5. Yeah, like I've mentioned, the 5s has this part. This ankle part really looks like the 35s. And the tongue too. Very similar to the 35. Let's see this. It's turning. What's that for? It's not clickable. Zoom Air. Low profile, visible. Zoom Air. Delivers the ultra fast propulsive feel. Large visible zoom airbag in the heel to provide. Yeah, correct. I'm correct that it's bigger compared to the 34s around the heel, but on the forefoot I think it's pretty much the same. Must buy item. Yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna try to change back to the Zoom link. So let's hear some of the questions from the media. I'm gonna try to go to the Zoom link. Let's see. Where's my mail? Hold on, guys. So this is the Zoom link. Hopefully. Yeah, open in Zoom US. Let's check. The Zoom is here. Here's my Zoom. Yeah, I'm connecting. Still connecting. Am I in? It's not yet in. So guys, what do you think of the there? I'm trying to drag this way over here. Join with video. See there. Join with computer audio.
And I say he's the secret weapon because he's able to articulate his thoughts in ways that many athletes can't. Most athletes, will tell you what they like in a shoe, comfort, traction, but Michael can actually go deep, when he speaks to kind of inspiration and needs that he has and answers that we need to solve when he has issues on the court or through performance. And so from a performance lens, that's always first and foremost. And then after that, it's really a beautiful balance between art and science. And, the science becomes kind of the tech and innovation that we capture in the product. And the art becomes really the sweet stories that we get from guys like MJ, or the stories that we get that inspire us, who in some way, shape, or form kind of are influenced or mimic some of the actions or attitudes or personalities of MJ that we incorporate on our own to help tell a story. And so, we look at it as fine art, perfect blend of art and inspiration with great functionality and science.
I love that. Yeah, I love the coupling of art and science. And looking back at previous Air Jordan shoes, you've got a plethora of knowledge around the franchise and all the Air Jordans. Like Craig mentioned, you've introduced, more than 80 innovations throughout the years. What silhouettes would you say really changed the game, both from an innovation, but then also at a standpoint as well?
So I think Craig, they got a chance to see, Craig mentioned a few, but to me, innovation comes in multiple fashions. Just think about Air Jordan 1. Like, it was basically a cup sole, if you think about the technology. But if you think about what was happening with the game from day one, we were innovative in the sense of just applying color. So the fact that you strike the court with a bold expression of just simply being innovative in color when everyone else was doing basically white and gray, white and navy, maybe white and no black, and so we just really hit people in the face through color. So to me, the AJ1 kind of really started it off and allowed us to kind of express ourselves in a different point of view. Then you move into areas like the 3, and the 3 was just bold and expressive. It was really the first true 3/4 or mid-cut basketball shoe, and that came from an insight that we got from MJ himself. We were able to utilize some of the innovation of air technology that Nike had created to help complement it, and so we had our own different point of view of it. But then we were also innovative from a sense of style. Like, most basketball shoes at the time consisted of overlays and simple overlays where you needed, support and stability. Well, Tinker Hatfield, the guys who I believe is one of the master crafters and designers, was able to really kind of create a new sense of style. And when you think of MJ, and like I said, MJ doesn't move like everybody else. You got a great marriage between style, performance that represents the man, who also epitomizes style and performance, and you get a great blend of a product that really represents the man. And so, to Tinker's credit, being able to kind of switch and do things much different than kind of what existed at the time was a great part of the innovation that allowed us to kind of really create a self-expression for MJ on the court. And obviously he was a great validator of something that was bold and provocative at the time. Then you move into like projects like the 35. There's things that we do with the 35. One of the ways we get inspiration is this thing that we call empathetic design. And empathetic design is basically a way of designing through observation. And so we were out on the basketball courts, outdoor playgrounds, and we were just really kind of checking the courts out and understanding how players play, how they move. And we got complete inspiration from morning to night on how we could kind of bring a basketball expression in a product. And so if we answered it from a performance benefit with all the innovation that we continue to use from the Nike side, we actually were a little bit more expressive when you take a look at the outdoor game itself and how do you play. And we noticed that kids were playing the game from morning till night. And so that's how you get little hints of kind of the inspiration with the reflectivity in the tongue and, under the lights and things of that nature became an opportunity for us to express it through an aesthetic point of view that quite honestly was somewhat innovative in and of itself. Then you move to projects like, for me, the AJ11. And what I love about the AJ11 was that it really, it answered a performance need first and foremost. For those that don't know, Michael had developed in the previous season plantar fasciitis, where the tendons underneath your arch start to collapse. And so we had to make sure we got him through an 82-game season. And so the first thing that we wanted to do is make sure from a performance standpoint, we gave him that support that he was going to need to kind of withstand the entire season. And so at the time, players that had developed this ailment, the trainers would then put steel plates underneath the sock liners of the shoes. And so we basically said, how can we solve this problem in new ways? And so we started with the carbon fiber shank plate underneath the shoe that ran basically the length of the shoe. And that provided him the support that he needed. We also wanted to make sure that it was super lightweight. There was inspiration. If you looked at some of the cars that were happening during the time, carbon fiber was a lightweight but yet strong material. So it became about the performance elements first and foremost, utilizing Zoom technology, which is low to the ground, which was new for us, dot weld technology, which was at the time low to the ground. And so being able to kind of complement a tooling point of view with an upper that obviously was aesthetically crazy for the time. I mean, I just remember when the project first came in, the first sample, like I was literally like a kid in a candy store. I was running around the office because I thought it was so hype. And the project, obviously, while it was aesthetically very, very different and kind of visually arresting to a lot of people, made a lot of people feel uncomfortable because you never saw patent leather on shoes. The patent leather was actually functional. You know, we needed to make sure that we gave Michael all the support that he needed. And so because patent leather doesn't have the same type of stretch properties as full grain leathers, we were able to kind of wrap that patent leather around the rand and allow Michael to stay on the foot frame. So it was a total complement of like a lot of things that came together to really make that shoe phenomenal. And so to me, that was one of the other big innovative projects. Then you move into projects, and in my opinion, the 23. Air Jordan 23 really kind of was way ahead of his time in multiple ways. If you look at the construction of that shoe alone, it was the first shoe that started talking about sustainability before sustainability was what we know it as today. We talked about how are we going to construct a shoe in new ways that allows us to do what's right for the environment, what's right for consumers, and how do we challenge the conventional ways of manufacturing product. And so how we use water-based solvents versus the previous solvents that were being applied was a key factor. How do we construct things like the TPU foot frame that we had around it? And then how do you blend like the notion of kind of Michael's world with things that are outside of the world? So we really crafted kind of the Native American Indian craftsmanship and heritage, blended that with some of the world that Michael was really a part of at the time when he purchased the motorcycle racing team that he was sponsoring. And we blended those two worlds, Michael's love with kind of Native American craftsmanship. We were able to tell stories of the product, but yet it was able to truly perform in a way that we needed it to perform. And it was also just a perfect blend of the sophistication through aesthetic application. Then you move into projects, you know, like the 29 and the custom plate that we had for that, and how we blended that with Zoom Air technology and making sure that it was lightweight and then performed at a high level. You move to the projects like the 34, which really, I feel, helped us really make sure we had a great presence on the basketball court, because that is part of our heritage. And, you know, you've heard things of we introduced the Eclipse plate. That was a responsive plate. It was an evolution of the 29 plate, but yet we complemented it with airbag technology, Zoom airbag technologies that really allowed it to perform at another level. And so just the whole combination of getting back to needs of the consumer for the times that we're living in today, and making sure the product was lightweight, we complemented it with great textiles. And again, we evolved that when you hit the 35. You know, we took some of the same principles of the 34 because we knew we had a winning formula. We said what our challenge now is going to be to improve on those benefits. And so when we added an extra Zoom bag, again, increasing the bounce, weight, actually, we were able to make it just a touch lighter. And aesthetically, we wanted to kind of move into a different, slightly different zone, inspired by our past, that allowed us to kind of inform the future and kind of giving some nods to the AJ5. So innovation has spanned through 35 years of time, and it's meant a lot of different things, from the AJ1 through simple color innovation to the AJ35 that really speaks to kind of functionality and technology of the times that we live in today.
So good. Thank you. I know we've got a few questions popping up in the chat, but even G, just wanted to know, do you have a favorite out of all the innovations in the game shoes throughout the years?
I kind of, this is a tough one because, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and goes into these things. And, it's almost kind of like asking you, which is, if you have children, what's your favorite child? You never want to say which is your favorite child. You love them all. But I still have to say the one that really gets me is the AJ11, mainly because it answered a performance need. It was visually striking. And most of all, mainly because, we stuck to our guns because the product was so visually, arresting. We had a ton of consumers that told us not to do it, not to put the patent leather on it. And we felt like it was so good. MJ was into
It
it
sold me crying.
so much. We like, hey, we hear you, but this is how we're going to rock with it. We stuck with it. And now look at it today. It's, considered one of the all-time greats. So the fact that we were able to stick to our guns and bring something to the market that was truly visually compelling and moved in a different direction, that's the main reason why it's my favorite.
I feel you. All right, we'll get into some of these questions on the side here. Thank you guys for submitting, and feel free to continue to put them into the chat or raise your hand. The first one is coming from Holo. Thank you for submitting a question. How do you balance MJ's ideas for the new Jordans and the needs of players that will wear them on the court?
Again, I said MJ is our secret weapon. And it's really a lot easier than you think. I say he's our secret weapon because he starts off by saying, hey, look, I'm not playing the game today. I'm on the golf course. And so he says, let's make sure we garner the insights from the players that are playing the game today. And so when you look at the needs of a Zion, or you look at the needs of a Jason Tatum, or the needs of a Luka Doncic, or Asia, or Kia, like, they're all very different. And so when we get an understanding of what each player needs, then we start there, and we try to compile all that information and make sure that we build a product that definitely covers on all of the things that are common with all those players. But then how do we address some of the things that each player brings that's maybe a little bit different? And so we start there first and foremost. Then we kind of think about our own points of views and inspiration that are going to allow us to get to a new direction. And that can be some of the trends that are happening in the market, whether it's through color, it's through automobile industry, whether it's through, it could be anything that's out there. We've done it off of birds in the past. So, nothing is sacred when it comes to inspiration. And then we'll put that storyline together, and we'll go to MJ and we'll walk him through exactly how we got to where we were. And again, speaking to him being our secret weapon, he just has the innate answers to some of the things that we toss out. So we say a project needs to be extremely lightweight and something on the product looks extremely heavy. He'll say, well, if the inspiration is all about being lightweight, why are we doing X, Y, and Z? And so he just brings great insights that allows him to kind of provide his point of view, but also he has a way of thinking about, like, if he were playing the game today and we were applying some of the same insights to that will relate to him, he is able to share what would be important and relevant to him as well. And so we include his input because he always has the knack of providing us with some additional nuggets that provides that extra inspiration in creating the product.
Definitely. Next question coming down the line. So since the Air Jordan 28, we see the evolution of midsole structure. Were there any cutting edge technology pushes to the next generation in the future?
Yeah. Again, how do you use the various innovations to complement one another? We talk about our business being about, our basketball business being about the notion of flying higher and flying faster. We feel like if we can develop these principles for our athletes and for any athlete that's looking to play the game, then we're giving them competitive advantage. And so, as you take a look at the technologies of the 35, that combination of the Eclipse plate, utilizing now two visible Zoom bags, provides a response that is much different than kind of what we've been able to create in the past. In some cases, it's all about foam, that creates response and bounce. But in this case, we feel like keeping the player low to the ground as possible, which was an insight that comes directly from MJ, is really important. And so we took our most lowest profile airbag technologies and zoom and combine that with the Eclipse plate to create a new sensation of responsiveness in the product. So doing things like that and just kind of making sure that we're listening to our athletes and allowing the innovation to kind of provide answers is really kind of the key to success.
Yeah, and speaking on the Eclipse play, we'll jump around a few of these. What is the main difference between Eclipse play 1.0 that we saw in the 34 and then the 2.0 evolved version that we see now in the 35?
The primary difference is how we incorporated the two zoom bags. So you got a 4-foot bag as well as a heel bag. And then if you also take a look at it, we raised the plate up a little bit along the foot frame. So the sidewall of the plate comes up a little bit higher. And we just wanted to provide a little extra support for stability as a player is cutting in the upper. That's the primary difference.
Great. And you know, one of the media asked, the lace lock is another special element of the AJ5. Is there any reason that we didn't use that on the AJ35?
No, we can't give all the secrets. I mean, you know, the reality of it is while we draw inspiration from the past, we still want to make sure that we move to the future. And sometimes, you know, the person who asked the question is absolutely right. You know, the lace lock, some people even ask, how come you didn't put a toggle? If you remember the 5, we had a toggle on the 5. But we really wanted to kind of really speak to the future. And so sometimes based on the design aesthetic, you can make certain things work and sometimes they don't. If you look at the mere space that we have in that top eyelet, we couldn't really do too much there. But really it was more about just staying true to making sure that we build a product that represents the future. And so we just chose to give you a slight head nod to the 5 versus really going over with direction from the 5.
Love that. And the next question, super detail oriented. On the right shoe of the AJ35, in their tongue, there's a group of numbers, 36-5. Does it represent, you know, 30 years, 6 NBA championships, and also the Air Jordan 5?
Hey, you guys are good.
Right.
You guys are good.
And then also, is there anything in the Air Jordan history, you know, that provokes so much, even makes you feel uncomfortable in the beginning? Were there any moments where you mentioned the patent that you guys continue to push through? Were there any other moments along the lineage that made you feel uncomfortable?
Hey, can you say it one more time? You cut out on me for a quick second.
One of the questions was, is there anything in the Air Jordan history that provoked, you know, a sense of being uncomfortable in the beginning? Like you mentioned the 11 with the patent, but we continue to push through and with our gut feelings. Were there any other moments like that?
Oh, shoot, man. Yeah.
So many.
All of them.
Guys,
all
they
of
just
them. Like
informed me
every single one of them. And again, if you think about it, when you're trying to do something that
first, then I'll be giving
hasn't been done before,
based
and
on
you're trying
what
to
I
move
get
people
from
to someplace
this. So
new.
thank you again, guys, for
if you're
joining.
doing things that are very familiar,
and I'll
then
catch you on
it
the next
becomes
one.
acceptable.